The way that Colorado is paying Deion Sanders is something that I've never seen before at the college football level, and it is very unique. Do what you want with this information. Another night, say with me now, another primetime video. Another night, another primetime video. Let's get into it. I'm feeling good. I'm having a good Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys, you're having a blast too. Hope you're kicking back, relaxing, doing whatever you please. In last night's video, ladies and gentlemen, what did we talk about? If you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out. To make a long story short, we talked about Colorado's insane ticket prices. The cheapest, let me say that word again, the cheapest ticket you can get to the Nebraska game is $315. Some of the highest tickets, they're getting up to the $900 range, and your decent/good seats, they're $500 a pop. I also told you guys in last night's video, look, I understand it, but just because I understand it, it doesn't mean I have to like it or agree with it. It is what it is, though. We can't do anything about it, and I don't necessarily blame Colorado, the university, for jacking up the prices to the Nebraska game because there's high demand for it, so therefore, you can jack up the supply. In reality, if we were running a university like Colorado and we could do the same thing, we would. So I'm not going to hate the player, but I am going to hate the game. And the game, in this case and scenario, are ticket prices. With that being said, though, in tonight's video, we're going to take a look at some of the comments on the previous video because that was the main reason I made the video. I was like, hey, let me know in the comment section. Do you guys like this or are you against it? I really was so curious to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. And some of the comments on that video are interesting to say the least. Now remember, I'm going to remind you of this. Colorado is paying Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, whatever you like to call him, $5.5 million every single season. I know a lot of you are used to seeing these SEC and Big Ten and Big 12 coaches get paid $5, $6, $7 million, but for a Pac-12 school, more specifically Colorado, to pay a head coach $5.5 million, that is a crap ton of money. In all honesty, that's a crap ton of money even for an SEC head coach. And also, I don't know if a lot of you remember this as well, but there was rumors going around that Colorado paid Deion Sanders this money, and they didn't even have it, and they currently don't have it. So what does that mean? Somehow, some way, they're going to have to recuperate this money. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to give them some credit because Colorado, they have a plan, and they're already acting on it. It's looking like to me that Colorado knew up front what they're doing now. That is how they were going to pay Deion Sanders. You'll see exactly what I'm referring to in tonight's video. We got to go in for tonight. All right, Matt, blah, 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 should crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get in. Okay, I don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. I respect your time. I hope you respect my time. We're getting straight into this. Yesterday, like I already said in the intro, we talked about the ticket prices, and I'll show you again quickly what they look like. Colorado, in the last couple of days, they announced on their website that they're selling tickets to all the games. And there were so many people on the website at one point in time, the website actually crashed. That's how insane it was. And eventually, I had a couple people tag me in this saying, yo, Matt, check out these prices to the Nebraska and Colorado game. And this is what was listed on the website. The best available tickets are $924 a piece. That's not a package deal. The worst ticket you can get to the game, which is Zone 5, you're going to be changing light bulbs up there. You might as well not even go. $315. Insane. So if you just want a decent or good seat, which would be anywhere from Zone 3 to Zone 2, you're paying $500. This is for one ticket. Let me calm down. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to yell. I already did that in last night's video. I hate it. I've already explained why. If you want to see me rant on that topic, go watch last night's video. I've said that 1,000 times already. Matt, shut up. Let's get a move on. I just got to share that information with you guys because some people may be tuning into this video that didn't watch last night's video and don't want to go back. Now, getting that out the way, I asked you guys, let me know your thoughts on this, and let's check out some of these comments. The first comment that I see, which is the most liked comment, is this right here. If you can afford the homes in Boulder, Colorado, you can afford the tickets. I always thought it was rather expensive to live in Boulder, Colorado, but I don't know how expensive it is. You know what? Let's go to Zillow and check it out. What kind of filter do we want to throw on there? Let's say minimum houses I want to look at are $700,000. Let's see what you can get for $700,000 in Boulder, Colorado. I have no idea what to expect, but let's check it out. What the crap? 1,372 square feet, $800,000? What? No, that's crazy. I mean, no disrespect to whoever owns this house, but this is not $1 million home. Well, I guess technically it is $1 million home, just depends on where you live. Dude, this is crazy. $1.3 million will get you 1,800 square feet. I mean, look at this. No disrespect, but this looks like a shack. Bruh, 1,300 square feet, $1 million? Notice it says beautifully landscaped lot. Well, heck, I hope it's a beautifully landscaped lot, whatever that means for $1 million. Sheesh, man. Let's put on a new filter because there's way too many options. There's like over 300 results. Let's do what can I get in Colorado for $1.5 million? Let's try that. Hey, man, maybe if I make enough Deion Sanders videos for the next 10 years, I could get one of these houses. Okay, here we go. For $1.8 million, you can get a 3,400 square foot home. I'm going to give y'all some perspective as to where I live. I live about 30 minutes outside of Huntsville, Alabama, which is a pretty big city. It's where NASA's at. And in Huntsville, for 3,500 square feet, a house is about, depending exactly where it's at, but it's normally around $1 million, maybe 900,000, 1.1 million, around that range. And for those of y'all who don't know this, by the way, shout out to the 256, Huntsville, Alabama has been ranked as the second best city to live in the entire United States. Bro, what is this? For $3.6 million, you can live in a spaceship. What is this? I ain't ever seen something like this in my life. That's kind of cool, but $3.6 million? Nah, I'm good on that. That's something like you rent out for a weekend with your boys or something. That's like a Airbnb type of house. Shoot, man, look at this house. Got listed 2 days ago. $4.9 million, 6,000 square feet. Yeah, some of these houses are insane. There's another one right here for $10.8 million. Good gosh. It's got a freaking basketball court, man. What the crap? Yeah, I think it's safe to say there's a little bit of money in Boulder, Colorado. So I see what that comment's referring to and talking about. I need to go out there, man. That's on my bucket list because I want to go snowboarding and skiing. If there's anybody in Boulder, Colorado, you got a lot of money and you want to take Matt skiing, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. I'm trying to go snowboarding, man. I need somebody to show me a good time. I'm not familiar with the area. That's besides the point, Matt. Lock in. Let's check on some of these other comments. I haven't seen this comment. I just scrolled across it. I see it's got a good amount of likes. Let's check it out. From Chris Merck, he stated, I'm a Virginia Cavalier fan and I will be pulling for Coach Prime in Colorado, and I plan to attend 2 of their games this season because I'm excited as a college football fan to see how fast Coach Prime will turn around Colorado and prove all the doubters wrong. And great video, Matt, and keep up the good work. Thank you for the kind words. That right there is yet again, how many comments have we read off in the past week alone where people are stating, hey, I'm a Tennessee fan. Hey, I'm an LSU fan. Hey, I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm rooting for Coach Prime. That's what I like to see. That's what is so special about our community. And I want people to understand and realize this. It's not just Colorado fans that are tuning into these videos. It's fans of college football in general. I'm telling you, college football fans can't get enough of this. I've said that before, and I will continue to say it over and over and over. This is the most interesting thing that's currently going on in the college football world, and it will be the most interesting thing when the season comes in a couple of months. Of course, we're going to talk about Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, all the big dogs, but this is going to be awesome to see, too. Thank you again to Chris for that comment. I really appreciate that. This is what I'm talking about. Check out this comment. For a $730 ticket, I better be able to call a play or two. Bro, that's what I was saying. What did I say in last night's video? I think I said, if I'm paying $730 for a ticket, yeah, I better be on the sideline. I better be able to go into the locker room at halftime. Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. If I'm paying $700 for a ticket, I better get one snap at quarterback. Wait a minute. I just now thought about this. What if there was like a certain ticket, one ticket per game, that was $50,000, and if you purchase that said ticket, you could take the first snap at quarterback for whichever team you wanted to? Let me know in the comment section. I've asked you guys this question. I'm so curious. We're going to talk about this in the next video because I want to see your guys' reply. If you could pay $50,000 to take just one snap at quarterback, would you do it? It can be for any team in the country, your favorite team, whatever. Would you do it? And I know what some of you are saying, Matt, that's never going to happen. And of course, it's never going to happen. But I also want you to think about this. If there was one game per week, for example, College Game Day, you know how they pick out one game? If there was one game where you'd have a fan take one random snap at any moment in time at quarterback, do you know how many people would tune in for that game just to see what he would do? Hey, man, all I'm saying is if ratings get low, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Dennis Headley, I believe that's how you say it. It could be Healy. Either way, Dennis, he stated, it would be interesting to see how many Nebraska fans show up in Boulder. They generally travel very well, but those prices are pretty steep. In some ways, you feel the fans are being gouged. Is that how you say that word, gouged? I have never seen that word in my life. That's besides the point, but I agree with Dennis because Nebraska fans, I even stated in that video, I'd be shocked if there's more Colorado fans than Nebraska fans. Say what you want about Nebraska, but they show up and they show out. And that's also another reason why Colorado jacked up the prices for that game because they know my bad, but they know Nebraska fans, they're going to buy the tickets regardless of the price. I don't know why Nebraska still has this faithful fan base considering they've been booty cheeks the past 10 to 15 years, but you got to respect it. They probably just go for the football team so much because there's nothing else to do in Nebraska besides mow your grass and go to Walmart. I mean, seriously, what else is there to do in Nebraska than mow your grass, watch college football, and go to Walmart? Let me know. Amir McKinney said, it's the same for the Bama versus Texas game, Matt. I wanted to go with my girlfriend until I saw decent tickets worth $626 each. I'm not shocked by that. I knew the Bama and Texas game tickets were going to be pretty steep. I mean, we're talking about Bama in Texas. Do I need to say anything more? And I agree with you, my man. $626 each. Dude, just stay home, order a bunch of pizzas, order whatever you want. It's still going to be 20 times cheaper than going to the game, and you'll enjoy it just fine with your girlfriend at home, trust me. Me, myself, I normally try to go to one Bama game a year, but I still, and this is my unpopular opinion, I enjoy watching games more at home than I do going to games. That's just me. Because when you go to the games, one, you can't see everything that's going on. When I'm watching the TV, I can see everything going on. And number two, I just love seeing what else is going on in the college football world. When you go to a game on Saturday, that's the only game you can really focus on. And plus, I love just getting up, getting a snack or drink whenever I want. Concession stands at football games, number one, they're insanely expensive, but two, they're always jam-packed. To me, at least, going to a football game, it's not even about watching the game, it's about the environment. That's the only downside of staying at home. You don't experience the environment, but heck, I put a sound system in my man cave, and I don't know, my environment sounds like I'm in Bryant-Denny Stadium, but that's just me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I enjoy watching them at home much more. Last but not least, though, let's read off this main comment, and it also, ironically enough and coincidentally enough, leads me to my main topic of this video. John stated, thank you for the comment, by the way, thank you for making this video brighten up my Sunday, and I'm glad I could do that. What I find shocking is that people are actually surprised that tickets would be raised. Deion does not work for free. Do the haters work for free? Secondly, he updated some of the football facilities. Where do people think the money came from? The Tooth Fairy? Thank you for the comment again, John, and I do want to address that. Let me give you a good example. So when Georgia hired Kirby Smart and they paid him whatever it was like $7-8 million when he first got hired there, Georgia already had that money. When Alabama, they hired Nick Saban and they paid him $5-6 million whenever they hired him back in 2007, Alabama already had that money. The difference with this situation is Colorado is just hoping and praying they're going to get a return on their investment. And what I'm talking about is Colorado did not have $29.5 million when they gave it to Deion or agreed to give it to him. Per year, they're giving him $5.5 million, and they didn't even have that. The way that Colorado is paying Deion Sanders is something that I've never seen before at the college football level, and it is very unique. In life, I'm a firm believer on you got to take risk. I don't just believe in blindly taking a risk. You got to take an educated risk. And for Colorado, that's what this was, but you normally don't see people taking risks that involve $30 million. And already up to this point, Colorado, they are going to double their investment. We talked about it in last night's video. Last year alone at the spring game, they only had 2,000 people. They gave out 2,000 tickets and they were free. This year, they sold out the spring game and they were charging for tickets. Also, when they hired Deion Sanders, they sold out of merchandise. A lot of people overlook that. They're like, oh yeah, it's just t-shirts and hoodies. No. You don't understand. Colorado probably made 10 to 15 million on merch. It cost about $4 to make a t-shirt or hoodie, and they're selling them for $50. They've already made back a little bit on their investment, and Colorado hasn't played a single game. And I remember saying this like over a month or two ago, but Deion Sanders in this 1 year alone, he's going to make that university about $25 to $30 million. I guarantee it. You got to think about it. Ticket prices, parking, and then that doesn't even count these students that are going to go to Colorado just because they're fans of Deion's. And I'm not even talking about football players. It's the same thing with Alabama. I know girls personally that live in California that went to Alabama just because the football team was so good. The same thing is going to happen for Colorado. You're going to have regular people go to Colorado because of Deion Sanders. You know what? Let's do this. How many seats are in Colorado Stadium? I believe, yeah, it's around 50,000. The average ticket price for the Nebraska game is $500. Let's do some simple math. 50,000 times 500 is $25 million. Ladies and gentlemen, that's one game. Do what you want with this information. We may talk about this down the road, but me personally, I think Deion Sanders, he's worth about $12 to $13 million. He is heavily underpaid. Keep in mind, I'm not saying he's some top head college football coach. I'm just saying he's underpaid. Because when you look at the value he brings to any university, he is underpaid. He's going to make them 2 times the amount they're paying him. I've already talked about this enough. Let me know your thoughts down below. But roll with it.